myself a deal and bought myself a stripped out budget Renault Clio 182 track car, which arrived from Scotland, from Inverness. And yeah, let's go and drive this and see what it's like. This has a very offensive pop and bang map on here, by the way. Car's in really nice condition. Cue me showing you around it. Let me see what you think to the car.
I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the road right till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that's a stick up. She picture perfect, so I told him I'm a flick up. Bill, I'm in the mood for a change up. I leave the city and return with my change up. They got amnesia, don't remember how they played us. They wanna knock me down, but
I think Nicola Connor's massively impressed with this. I think she's going to want this as a daily driver. Quality. About your first thoughts on this beautiful, stunning Renault Clio 182 track car. Do you want to daily this car? Do you love it? What do you like best about it? What do you hate about it?
I think it'll be good for jogging. No mess. Yeah, it's easy to clean up.
Have you got any other comments on it?
It's just as crazy as you. You just buy crazy random crap.
Just coming onto an A road, a dual carriageway A road, so I'll be able to give this a little bit of a poke, and you'll be able to hear this exhaust. Terrorising people. People are just staring at the overly loud pop and bang map. If you're somebody who wants to be noticed and you want to be obnoxious in your local area, this is definitely the car for you. You need to come and drive this. It's hugely offensive to animals and small children and old people. We're probably going to trigger a few fits of epilepsy and maybe the occasional heart attack in this car. Everything on this Clio is maximum fun on minimum budget, and no wonder people keep buying Renault Clio 182s, because bang for buck, I'm not sure what else you are going to get that is better. Clio 182 was a follow-on to the Clio 172, which was obviously a development of the earlier sporty Renault Clios. Now this particular one is stripped out to be a track car. It's not got a huge amount done to it, but it's got enough to make it a fun thing on the track. KTR exhaust, KTR decap pipe, some kind of slight map with a pops and bangs popped into there as well. KTR and custom air intake induction in there too. And it sounds absolutely fantastic. It's definitely not for the shy and retiring type, because it's noisy and it's loud, as you can hear. But it does go like hell. It's pretty nippy. Now the reason that lots of people choose these Clio 182s as track cars is because they're incredibly small, incredibly light, and actually very good value for money. This one sits in at around 1,080 kilos, I believe, before it's stripped out, and I'm guessing that we've done just about enough to take it to around 1,000-ish kilos. Looking at it, aircon delete, carpets out the rear, seats have gone, parcel shelf, speakers, all the wiring in the back is all gone. So I'm not going to talk about the sort of other things that you can buy that are competing to this car as a little track car right now. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about why I think these are one of the best value for money kind of track cars that you can get. First of all, straight out of the box, a decent one with a decent set of pads and some decent brake fluid in is actually going to give you something that's quite fun on track. Put a decent set of tyres on there, set of semi-slicks, go to your local track and you can absolutely tear it up, and you've got something that's usable as a little fast road car or something that you can take for a little bit of a weekend plaything when you so fancy it. These other commuters driving around in the cars, all those cars are nice and quiet and economical, but I tell you what, they're probably quite comfortable and enjoying themselves. However, when they get in a tunnel or under a bridge, you can't do that.
I hit the function, hit the roads right till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that's a stick up. She picks your
Where is he?
I don't know. He said he's on his way back, should be on.
He's not here, and that's because he's buying some cheap shite Renault Megane. Let me show you the sort of person that buys a Megane. Look at that. That's a Megane buyer right there. The man's got his shoes. Never buy a Megane. Should buy a Clio. It sounds a lot like Clio. And what kind of man doesn't want to be snugly fitted next to a Clio? Megane sounds like moron. You work it out. You work it out. Not saying anything. Look at the moron in the Megane. I think I've made my point, boys. I've made my point. Now that Ginty's just gone out of shot, I'm going to give you a quick comparison of this 16-year-old Clio 182 and Ginty's Megane RS. So let's just show you first of all from the front. Obviously the 182 looks much more menacing with its battle scars. Look at the strapping down here. This has got none of that going on. Now this isn't a cup packed car, and this isn't a cup car either. But Ginty's determined to get these little cup badges on the side to make it look as though it is, because he's a fraud. So if we look at the side-on views, let's have a little look at the side views of the Megane now. Obviously the typical Megane driver is not a very intelligent creature, because it's raining here in the northeast. It's always raining in the northeast, and he's not put his window up. Whereas in my case, as a sensible Renault Clio 182 driver, I've gone and put my window up, so my seats are going to remain fully dry. Let's have a little walk around the back of the car. Come with me. Right, now from the rear you can see just how fat and overweight the Renault Megane is, whereas the streamlined 182 looks fantastic. Now both myself and Ginty are heavier drivers, albeit I'm a slightly heavier driver than him, and it just makes a lot of sense as fat people that we should drive smaller, lighter cars. Now Ginty's a little bit fat himself, and he's still gone for a heavyweight Megane, whereas a sensible choice would have been the lightweight 182. I think it's pretty clear that he's trying to save weight by putting the windows down, but being a Megane driver, he doesn't realise that actually doesn't reduce any weight because it's still inside the door. That's what I'm saying. Megane drivers, they're not very bright at all. Obviously, in terms of doing YouTube, it's difficult to put together a presenting team that makes a lot of sense. So with Ginty and Usher here, we had to find a third presenter who was of a similar height. Managed to recruit this one, taller than Richard Hammond, and obviously a lot better looking. But yeah, so we've now got a presenting team that is actually balanced height-wise. Thumbs up, guys.